everyone, welcome to this updated video. I really hope that you're having a great morning thus far. Now we'll be talking about what is going on across the Caribbean, and we're looking at the infrared satellite right now of the Atlantic Basin. We can see that frontal system, and there's still some cloud clusters moving through with some scattered showers across parts of the Lesser Antilles. But it's been very cool, especially in parts of the northwestern Caribbean, so areas such as Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Cuba, over into parts of Central America as well. Very cool. Again, with this cold front passing through, we've got a massive cooler air that set in earlier this week, and it should loiter around through the weekend as well. So at a closer view here, we can see some of these clusters of clouds bringing some showers at times to parts of the Lesser Antilles. So areas such as Barbados, St. Vincent, Martinique at times. For some areas, there may be some downpours as we head throughout today. But elsewhere, there isn't a whole lot going on right now. And there's also a huge plume of Saharan dust out there. I'll be going to that update in a moment. But here we're looking at the rainfall forecast for today. We can see that for parts of the North and Western Caribbean, Jamaica, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Cuba, the Cayman Islands, and even up to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands and over into most of Central America, not expected to experience much rainfall activity today. As I said, those showers at times across parts of the Lesser Antilles, so anywhere from Anguilla southward through Trinidad and Tobago, including Barbados, even near the ABC Islands as well. And offshore the islands, we can see some of those shadings of those reds and those burgundies as well. So we've got more rainfall activity associated with the front, but it lies offshore the Caribbean islands. So not a whole lot of rainfall expected in association with that frontal system anymore across the region. And as we look toward northern South America, not a whole lot of rainfall expected there either. Maybe some passing showers in parts of the Guyanas and over into sections of Colombia as well. Going on to the wind forecast, it is not very windy across the entirety of the region right now. So today winds can range anywhere from around 5 knots going up to maybe 20 knots. But the windiest area is likely to be just to the south of Hispaniola, as we can see some of those dark purple and those blue shadings there as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it is quite cool, especially in the nights, in the early mornings and evenings across parts of the Caribbean. And this is what is there right now. So we can see on this anomaly map these shades of blue, and that indicates below average temperature. So from Bermuda going through the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, parts of Florida, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and even over into Central America and the offshore islands as well. Below average temperatures have set into the area thanks to that cold front. So some areas are a couple degrees Celsius cooler than normal. And as we're going to be heading into early next week, there's going to be another frontal system making its way out of the U.S. that will help to reinforce some of that coolness in parts of the northwestern Caribbean, also the Bahamas and Florida up there. So this is the forecast for Monday, the 26th of February. Now we're going on to that Saharan area forecast, after which we'll finally talk about that area of increased moisture that models have been showing through this week, and I've been talking about it since early this week. And so let's go on to the Saharan area forecast. Now this was yesterday. We can see some of these dark brown shadings indicating a high concentration of dust, a lot of Saharan dust out in the Atlantic. Now this is going to be reaching the Caribbean tomorrow, by tomorrow evening, so we can see these brown shadings move into the Lesser Antilles and even parts of northeastern South America, so the Guyanas. And then as we're going to be heading into Sunday, it's going to be spreading even more, blanketing the majority of the Lesser Antilles, even toward the ABC Islands and northeastern South America. So that is the forecast, guys. We've got a lot of Saharan dust out there, and we've had a break in it thanks to the cold front. But as that cold front dissipates, we're going to have more of that dust making its way into the eastern Caribbean and affecting South America as well. Now, in terms of that increase in moisture, so I spoke about it earlier this week, and GFS was hinting that we could see some sort of development come out of that area, but I'm not so confident in that just because of how dominant the wind shear is right now. Very strong upper level winds, but we still see the model showing that increase in rainfall activity. Not exactly something defined out there, but we can see that area to the northeast of the Caribbean. And the icon model, this is the German model, is also showing that we're going to be seeing an increase in moisture. It is even showing an area of low pressure actually forming out there as well, 1013 millibar low pressure. And then the Euro model is also showing that increase in moisture. So the models are not showing anything defined in terms of development. Yes, the GFS is on and off, and especially because it runs the furthest out, sometimes it is showing these low pressure systems popping up here and there, but that does not guarantee that we will see development. So as I said, the wind shear, it is very much dominant out there right now, but if there is a break in that shear and we have an area of disturbed weather, then it could try to get itself together, because as I've been talking about as well, the sea surface temperatures are well on their way. So the North Atlantic is much warmer than average for the most part. So wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of development happen within the next several weeks or so. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes to fruition. And these are the names that will be used for this Atlantic hurricane season. So first on the list is Alberto. And so guys, of course, I'm here to keep you posted on all that is happening, and that is pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this update video. I really do hope you found it to be quite informative. However, if you have any questions, do feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'll respond to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.